Episode number two. Here we go. Thanks a lot, guys, for joining in, coming and watching our video. This is the second episode. We got a lot of love for our first one, and we got a lot of feedback, a lot of comments, a lot of opinions, and you guys wanted us to talk about a lot of things. And if you have noticed, logo has changed, and Steve has a lot of stuff to talk about it.
Yes, new logo. I am so excited for this, honestly. Thank you so much, Joe. Joe's a friend of ours from back in school, and she designed the new logo for us for free. That's right, she did it for
But don't
free.
tell them it's for free.
It's exposure.
Right, exposure. Yes, she did it for exposure. So, her link to her Instagram and her email will be, it'll be down in the description. So if you guys want to contact her for like some work, which you will definitely have to pay for because you are not Joe's friends, we are. And yeah, so you just contact her,
Wow.
give her some clout, and yeah,
Make a blow
look,
up.
yeah,
Not literally.
not literally, but yeah, just go follow her. And
Clearly.
yeah, so if you guys seen the new logo, it's so good. It's like such a huge improvement over the old one. And this is like Joe's first draft, I think.
Yeah.
Yep.
This
She is
this
sent
is
it,
You're
like
like,
and
yep.
this is she was like, this is like a rough idea of what it could be, and we were like, no, this is perfect. We like it. That just shows
this is what we
how
need.
bad we are at making logos. That was like a
I mean,
Guinness
I liked
record.
our first logo. It's not that bad.
You liked our first logo? I mean, yeah, it had like a very minimal, clean look to it, but it could also be called low effort because it
Accurate.
literally was low effort. I had to like look for what was it? Free podcast mic images online. It was the most low effort thing. It took like half an hour to make our logo. But yeah, if that was a Guinness record for like the shortest lifespan of a podcast logo, it would most probably be our podcast because our old logo was up for like one episode, like around 24 hours, and then we changed it. Was it? Yeah, it was like 1 or 2 days, and then we changed it. So yeah. And Guinness, they give records for everything. They give records to anyone. You just be like, hey, I want to be in your book, and they'll be like, sure, you're in. What are you good at? What's your skill? You eat toothpicks? All right, cool, you're in the book. So they'll give records for anything. So I'm sure we could get in if we wanted to.
We'll
Okay,
make an
let's actually
application.
make that a bit. Let's just try to get it. Why not, right?
Yeah, why not? Maybe we'll make our podcast sponsored. We'll start doing ads and stuff, and then we can finally like afford to get into the book.
Let's do it for sure. Okay. Um, guys, amazing response for the first episode. Thanks for everyone who tried to like get it, I don't know, publicized or whatever. Whoever posted on the story, thank you so much. We had a lot of people with a lot of followers post on their story, which meant so much to us because we were just like, I mean, we didn't really expect the amount of amazing feedback we got. Um, I guess I tried to reply to every single person that DM'd me saying that they like the podcast. I'm pretty sure I did, but if I missed anyone, I'm sorry. Just know that we love you. We actually love you so much. So here's a bit of the feedback that we got for the first episode. First thing that people told us to do was, Afan, stop swearing so much. Stop cussing, bro. Why are you saying all these words? Okay, I just have one thing to say. Fuck it, no, I'm kidding. Okay, no, it's just let's talk about this, guys. Let's talk about why do people swear? Now let me justify why I was swearing so much because I
Sharing
think
is
I'm just
cool.
talking to you guys, right? No, I feel like I'm just talking to you guys, and if you guys know me, I mean, you guys have known me forever, and when I talk to you guys, this is how I talk. Now, if I'm at home and I'm talking to my parents, I talk in a different way, a different tone, and I don't obviously I don't swear as much. I don't swear at all unless I'm, very passionate about something. But whatever, it's just I don't swear with my parents. But like with you guys, it's just I just do it. But why do people swear? It's to show emotion. Now, like, if someone says, "Hey, Rishabh, shut up," if I say, "Shut the fuck up, Rishabh," now what are you gonna listen to more? If someone
You
says,
barely
"I
speak
don't care,"
anyways. What the shit?
no,
What are
but
you
like,
talking about?
what I'm trying to say, Rishabh, don't make it hard for me, fucking bitch. Just see, You
You're
see,
doing
you
it
make this
again,
happen.
Dad. You are the only reason that when I upload these episodes, I have to like mark them as explicit. I telling you,
You're
you are
losing
the
on so
only
many
reason.
viewers.
Dude, it's okay. No, like imagine, Risha, if I said something, if you were talking to me about something, and I'm just like, dude, I don't care, or if I said, I don't give a fuck. Now, which one means more? Do you understand what I'm trying to say? That's why people swear. Why do you guys swear?
Don't
Most.
put us on the spot like that.
There we
Yeah.
go. There we go. There we go.
But then,
It's
yeah,
just
we
All
need
right,
like
viewers.
what
We
other
need paid
feedback did
viewers.
we get?
okay.
Because clearly
Other
this is
feedback
not going to
was
change. So
don't spoil TV shows. Now, I think Steve did a pretty good job about trying not to
Right.
spoil the TV show The Wire. I had almost spoiled the Breaking Bad, and Steve stopped me.
you're
So
welcome.
congrats to Steve for that.
Yeah.
Yes. Um, but
That was more
I
for
feel like
self-preservation because I was still watching it. I probably wouldn't
yeah.
have stopped you if I finished
That was
watching Breaking Bad. I'd have been like, go for it. But now that we know, we won't do it.
And we will not
love.
try to spoil movies as well. We won't really tell you guys. I mean, I feel like The Wire, we just kind of spoke about the plot, but actually, a lot of people started watching The Wire because of Steve. So, round of
Yes.
Actually, yeah.
applause for that. Next thing
We're getting
was,
paid.
dude, dude, I'm telling you, a lot of people said that I have a fake accent. I have a fake
Yeah,
accent,
I
dude.
think two of my friends were like,
Three of
yo,
Yeah,
this
mine.
and
guy,
three of
does he
these,
actually
man.
talk like that? This you
Dude, I don't know. See, let me tell you. Okay, first of all, what makes an accent a fake accent? No, wait. Let me tell them that. First of all, it's not a fake accent, guys. I was born here, but I was in America, U.S., Dallas, Texas for like what? I want to say 8 years, 10 years. So I was living there, and up until seventh grade, and I came here. So I came here in the seventh grade, and then I was in an international school for like a year or two, I think 2 years. Yeah, I was in international school for 2 years, and then I came to Spartan,
Deep.
which is where I met Steve and Rishabh. So, and then it's been 3 years of college. So what happens is I was kind of instilled with that accent till seventh grade, and then it sort of fades. If you understand, if anyone else has an accent, they'll understand. It's just it sort of fades.
If you
So
think
when
this is
you
bad, you should hear Tamil.
do, oh yeah, no, but my Tamil is better than some of our other friends. So I feel like I pick up languages a lot faster than a lot of other people. But so yeah, what makes an accent a fake accent? First of all, is it because you see what an accent is you hear people talking about. I mean, you hear people talking that way, and so you talk like that. And so my accent has faded over the years, so it kind of sounds fake. I understand why people are saying that because I hear people talking in Indian accents, and so mine kind of it's like
it's like a
mixed now.
mix of the two.
Exactly. But the thing is, what makes an accent a fake accent? So if I go to an American school in Chennai and there's just full of Americans, I'm gonna have an American accent. If I study in that school for like years, I'm gonna end up having an American accent. If I study in a school with a bunch of Chinese people who speak English, I'm gonna have a Chinese accent. Even if it's in, somewhere else, even if it's in Chennai and there's a Chinese school, I'm gonna have a Chinese accent. So what makes an accent a fake accent? Is it just the geographical location?
No, I think it's when you're
Oh,
putting
when
it
you put
on.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I think what people are trying to say is as soon as I stop recording this episode, you're gonna be like, hey guys, nice episode, whatever, like, hey macha, come down, let's go put our tea or something. Like you get it. Like they're trying to say that you don't sound like this in real life, and it's only for the podcast that you're making yourself sound like this. But yeah, I'd probably want to say that that's actually what he sounds like. I know I had the
Yeah.
same question in ninth grade when I met him for the first time. Does he does he talk like that? It's
Wow.
like, but
Yo, it's
but you
not
you
that
get
bad.
used to it.
Yeah. Actually, I had a lot of girls thought that my accent was very, attractive.
Yeah, I'll be the first to say that none of the girls were the ones who were like, oh, does he actually talk like that? They don't mind. I mean, at least as far as I can tell.
Dude, but no, I would have rather had a British accent than an American accent.
What
I
do you
feel
mean?
like the British accent is so much sexier than. But no, the French accent is like the sexiest. But then the British accent is after that is like the sexier. But
Very
Americans are
strong.
like, I feel like they're very
Yeah.
annoying. It's a very annoying accent because first of all, and then the Indian accent, you guys don't pronounce your R's, and so I've
What do you
lost
mean,
my
you
R.
guys?
Yeah, that's
Oh,
the thing.
you're
Is like
also.
I used to like like when there's an R in, for example, give me a word that ends with R. Swear. Okay, swearing. So swear. But I would, if I was in America, I would say swear. Or you take the R back. But you guys don't really say the R. It's just like you just let it out. So yeah,
Knowledge is
it's.
power, folks. Knowledge is power. You learn something
Sorry,
new
I forgot
every
what
day.
topic was.
He's given us free accent training. Go to the next one.
No, but yeah, that's. I feel like that's the main thing that doesn't make my accent and complete American accent anymore is the R. Anyway, what's next on our
It is please.
thing? Because this, what's next on the agenda? Because this is getting boring. We're talking about accents, dude. Anyway, my accent isn't fake, guys.
We know
Sorry
that.
for those who thought it was.
Y'all will get used to it after like a couple of episodes, I guess.
Hopefully, shit,
If
making
we
me
can
fucking
make it
insecure.
that far.
Shit.
You got this. You got this. You can do this.
Oh, I
You
also
can
got questions about this. Everyone asked me like, bro, are you wearing eyeliner? And do I have a story for you guys? Oh my god, I have a story for you guys. So
No,
this is how I got this.
for the Spotify listeners, Afan's talking about
Oh, yeah.
this little scar that's near his eye.
Okay,
Uh,
yeah, I have a scar
It's a
near my left
drawing.
eye that looks like it looks like winged eyeliner. Okay, so for the Spotify listeners, so let me tell you guys how I got this scar. It's the story is even cooler than how the scar looks. I'm telling you. So this is back in shit. I want to say 2011. I was like probably 12 years old. Um, this is like, oh shit, some big shit. Okay, so it's about I'm about 12 years old. I'm playing with my younger brother. We're playing frisbee in the house. We're playing frisbee, but we're not playing with a frisbee. We're playing with a coaster for the drinks. Like you keep your drink on that. So we're playing frisbee with that thing, and we're just throwing it around. Messing around. And my younger brother, he's like what? If I'm 12, he's maybe 8. So I feel like we were younger, but whatever. He throws it behind the dish rack, so like where my mom keeps the vessels to dry. And so I was like, okay, the smartest person in the world. I'm gonna climb behind the dish rack. I'm gonna get the frisbee back because we're playing frisbee, right? I have to get back the frisbee. So I went and I reached behind the dish rack, and I'm short, right? I feel like I was younger than 12, but so I climbed behind the dish rack and I grabbed the frisbee, and I'm short, right? So I slipped and I slipped, and my mom had just washed these knives, and the knives were pointing upwards, and so then when I slipped, this knife stabbed me in the fucking eye, and it was this close. It's if you guys are on Spotify, the scar is like literally this close to my eye.
that's very
So
descriptive. This close,
This
guys.
close.
I mean,
This
it's
close.
literally it's a millimeter away. It's not even a millimeter away from my actual eye. So I got lucky as hell. I mean, you guys can tell like if it looks like winged eyeliner, then it's literally that far away from my eye. So I mean, at that moment, it just kind of hurt, like that little bone near your eye. I mean, it was hurting. So I just kind of held my eye like this, like I just held my eye, and I was just, put my hand over my eye, and and then my mom, like I put my hand down for a second, and then my mom looks at me, and she goes, like she loses her shit,
As it should.
obviously, because that's what a mom would do, right? Um, so she loses her
Yeah,
shit. She's
no,
like, "Fine."
I figured your mom would be like, oh, that's pretty normal. Let me just go wash it. You'll be fine.
Yeah,
I thought
no,
you were taking
she
the
was
shuffle.
like blood everywhere. My mom's like, "Afan, your eye is bleeding," and I'm like, "No, I can see, right?" So I look down, and my hand is like full of blood, and so I was like, "Oh shit, this is not good." So we ended up washing it, and then putting alcohol on it, whatever. Then we got stitches. Got stitches in the eye. I think I got like 3 or 4 stitches. And yeah, it was a bad scene. And you know what's the worst thing is that was like the morning. It was like in the morning before school. So we were all ready to go to school. We were just playing frisbee, just tossing a frisbee around. And then we're like, I mean, the good news, I skipped school that day. Kidding. That's not it.
It's the
So
silver
that's
lining.
my story. I got stabbed in the eye with a knife. I mean, not by anyone, by myself, I guess. So that's my story about my winged eyeliner.
Wow, it's
It used to
crazy.
be one of my biggest insecurities, but I mean, I feel like it kind of completes the look.
What look
You just
is
need
that
someone to stab
exactly?
you in the other eye.
Yeah, perfect symmetry.
Yeah, to be no, but like that's like, I mean, you can't really imagine a fawn without a winged eyeliner, right?
I can't believe you were this close. And again, for the
Yeah.
Spotify
Man.
listeners, this close
Close.
to to getting an eye patch. Can you imagine a fan with
Yeah,
an eye patch? His success rate with women would increase like 10 times. He would be
Jesus.
he'd
Girls would
be
go for an iPad.
Really?
I don't know. I mean, it's a
Let us
cool
know in the
story.
comments.
It's a cool
Like Jack
story.
Sparrow, yeah, people go for Jack Sparrow, but I'm not
Jack
Jack
Sparrow
Sparrow, and
doesn't
Jack
have
Sparrow doesn't have
Jasper doesn't
Jack
have an eye
yeah,
Sparrow.
patch.
man. You're thinking about like Johnny Depp, who's got like a bruise around his eye and not like Jack Sparrow or something. Okay, shouldn't make fun of Johnny Depp. That's
And I laughed.
yeah. But yeah,
Okay,
dude,
true.
No,
your
But
success rate with women would increase like 10 times, and you're like already like too powerful to be contained, and now
okay,
you
it's
just
not like that. See, I don't like this persona that you guys are portraying, okay? I'm not like, oh, playboy, fucking no. It's not like that. If I meet a
then
girl
what
that I
are
like,
you?
what?
What are you?
What am I? I don't know. What are you? Shit.
Rishabh, you.
Yeah,
we're
I'm
all
a
You're a
fan.
game.
No, I'm not like I don't go around and just date every girl I see. But no, it's not like that. If I talk to someone and if they're, I'm not like the oh I have my DMs are full and shit like that. If anyone's watching this and wants to DM me, please do. No, it's kidding. No, it's like it's not like my DMs are full. I just if I talk to someone and if I like talking to them, I'm gonna continue talking to them, and then I guess whatever it goes from there. But I'm not really like looking for whatever you guys think. I'm not like that. Oh, I'm like a playboy. I'm gonna have a bunch of girls or whatever. It's not like that. I don't like this persona that you guys are portraying. Okay.
Of course you don't like
okay,
it.
Hugh Hefner. Okay, we get it, Dan
Oh fuck.
Bilzerian. All right, you can chill. I was watching a video. You guys know about Dan Bilzerian, la? I'm
Yeah.
Yes,
sure
everyone,
I'm sure
That guy is
most
everyone.
cool.
teenage boys know who Dan Bilzerian is. He's like, oh wow, Dan Bilzerian. Oh, I want to be like him when I grow up. He's like every man's idol at this point. Apparently, he like
It's fake.
faked a lot of it, like a lot of it.
How do you
Yeah,
fake it? I don't know. Okay, wait,
no,
wait, wait. For those
like
who are
fake.
listening who don't
What do you
know
mean
who
fake?
Dan Bilzerian is, he's like he's basically, how do we explain this he's like a man dude guy. You know, a dude, like a dude guy, like a man.
Like Salman Khan if you're school.
Salman Khan, if
You
he
might
Can
not
we
be
say that?
wrong. No, the thing
maybe.
is, he's like the Hollywood, the most Hollywood, but the least Hollywood person there is. I don't know how to explain this guy. All he
Yeah,
does is
it's
he has a really large following on Instagram. He's very, 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 very rich. He has a lot of businesses. He has his own brand of alcohol. He has his own brand of weed. He has a lot of businesses and he's very rich. And he basically spends his money on crazy shit like cars and boats and yachts, and he's always with a bunch of women who are extremely good looking. And he's yeah, he I mean that I feel like that's all he does. He like spends it on private jets, and he just that's all he does. He just
yeah.
posts on
So
Instagram like, hey
so
guys, look,
listen.
my life is way better than yours.
Exactly, but the
So
thing
yeah.
is, there's something off about that. So, we were talking about this like literally yesterday before recording this episode, and I saw this YouTube video exposing him today. But Rishabh, you were saying that he made his money through gambling, right?
Gambling, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so he apparently claimed that he won around $50 million from gambling. But here's the thing, his dad was like a sort of scam. I wouldn't say a scam artist, but he was like a corporate fraudster. So
A con
he,
man.
I don't know what the word is, but he got 60 million. Like they realized that he'd gotten approximately 60 million, his dad, but he was only able to pay like about a couple of million. And then when they
Okay.
asked him about the rest, his dad was like, I don't know.
I see.
And then they just dropped the case. They were like, okay, that's completely
Uh,
trustworthy. He doesn't know where the money is.
so we know
So
where it went.
clearly, he
We
must
know
have,
where it went.
misplaced it. Maybe he put it in the wrong mattress and shipped it to his grandma's house. You don't know where the money's gone. So, like, they just dropped the case. And then Dan comes in and he's like, hey guys, look at me. I got 50 million through gambling. No, he didn't.
Oh God.
Ah.
And and the thing is, apparently his house, which was estimated to be, again, a huge sum of money in the millions, his huge mega mansion, his
Yeah.
company, Ignite, pays monthly rent there. He didn't buy the place. He just pays monthly rent of $200,000, and it comes from his company. So,
Two
like,
hundred thousand dollars is, I mean, it's a multi-million dollar house. It's like,
Yeah.
I feel like it's up like 100, 200 million. So I don't know if, okay, you see, we can't really believe everything we see on the
yeah, we
internet, right?
can't believe. But the thing is, the reason the where they got this information from was he has this company called Ignite.
Ignite.
That's
Yeah,
like his main company. So
yeah.
one of
That's
the
the weed,
ex
I think.
the yeah the no it's a bunch of stuff. It's like apparel
Okay.
and stuff like that. So like one of the I don't know I forgot the title, but I want to say he's like either the ex CEO or some sort of high level position. And he had left the company, and the company lost about 50 million last year. I think they reported a loss. I think, and the guy said that the main reason that they were going under a loss is because Dan is using the company to like pay for his uh, lifestyle.
Personally.
Like his yachts, everything are like rented. Uh, his house is on rent. All the models you see around him are paid to be there. I mean that I could tell pretty much from the posts, like
Yeah.
that they were paid to be there. Like there's a post of him like writing a book. I don't know what it, like autobiographies, and there's this girl in a bikini sitting on his lap, like, oh wow, that's so cool. He's writing a book. I should sit on his lap. Like, no, you're obviously paid to be there, but like, but yeah, it's pretty cool. Like because when I was a kid and like back in school, I think when he was still pretty big back then, and he used to put all these pictures, and he had like a perfect beard. I think that's the one thing that's like not
Yeah.
fake about him, is that beard. He's not gonna. I refuse to believe that once the camera stopped rolling, Dan just kind of okay, and then he just like takes it off a Velcro strap, his whole beard, and he like,
Oh my God,
oh
Steve.
Dan.
No. Okay. You see, I feel like, okay, he's still worth a bunch of a crazy amount of money. And his companies, he doesn't just have Ignite. So his companies are like, I'm pretty sure he has a lot of money. He's still worth a lot of money. I don't think he's gonna go bankrupt anytime soon. Thing is, if you have that much money, you're gonna spend it. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter if his house is rented or if his house is paid for. He's spending the money. He's still living there, and he's still, chilling with all the girls, and he still has a better life than all of us. And
Fair,
he's, I
but
mean, like literally, he probably has the best life, like the best life
he's
ever. But
fronting
now,
though.
let
He
me tell
makes
you
it
one
seem
thing.
so much better than it really is. Like he owns
Why
all
you
of
do
it.
this?
Like
No, it doesn't
Uh,
matter.
I
At
mean,
the
did
end of
he
the
ever?
day, he's still enjoying the house and the yacht and the plane. Right?
Exactly, he's still there. He's still enjoying it. He's still going surfing with a bunch of chicks. Like, it doesn't really matter if you're renting it or if you're buying it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure like paying the girls and like doing all that. But
Yeah, that's not.
for example, like even rappers, they have these girls around them, but they don't necessarily. You can't like pay the girls, right? You can't like pay someone just to, that's like borderline prostitution. What happens is, I feel like the girls come there just to get all the free stuff. Like, they can chill in his mansion, and they can just basically, you're chilling in a mansion. If I was a pretty girl and I could go and chill in a multi-million dollar mansion, and just chill there, mess around and do literally anything. Do what all the big Hollywood people are doing, and be invited to the craziest parties where Marshmallow is playing in his house party. Like,
Of
yeah,
all the
you could.
people you could say, you said Marshmallow.
That was the name you
No, but
thought of.
Marshmallow plays in his house parties, dude. Like a normal Saturday night, he calls. You know how we go to Slate and we're like, oh, this DJ is playing 2 months in advance, and we're like, oh, there's some big DJs, and then we go to Slate, and then we chill, we stand in the line for like an hour just to get inside, and then we all stand there and we're like, oh yeah, we like no, in his house, he calls
Oh,
Marshmallow to his house on a regular Saturday night. And it's not even a Saturday. I feel like it's a Thursday night. I feel like it's a Thursday night because I feel like his Saturday nights are so much better. It's just a normal Thursday night. He's like, "Hey, Marshmallow, come play in my house." And then he has all these girls, and then there's all like anyone who's anyone comes to his parties because Dan Bilzerian is throwing a party. And if you guys follow I mean like the whole YouTube scene, like a lot of YouTubers, they'll be like, do Dan Bilzerian's throwing a party? And if you're there, then you are like the biggest. You're like one of the big, like only the biggest YouTubers, and even they're standing outside and they're like, hey, can you get me inside? Like, just imagine,
First of all, I just want to
you know?
say I like how Avan was like, hey, when you go to Slate and you do that. Like, no, I don't know. Me and Bishop
you
don't
don't.
know. We don't know what that's like, okay? He's, he made it sound so relatable. It's like I was actually there in Slate standing in the line when I've never
An
Dude,
been
it's
engineering
there.
not,
student and a chartered accounting student.
yeah, it's not the best. I'm telling you, for New Year's, we went to Slate. I'd called you guys, but you guys didn't come because you guys were in church. Steve was in church. I don't know where Rishabh was.
Sleeping,
I
probably.
was underage.
He was underage. He
How old are
still
you
is.
now?
He still is.
Oh yeah,
I'm 20 now.
yeah, yeah. No,
I got
but okay, whatever. I went to Slate for New Year's, and it was probably the worst experience of my life. I left at 12:20. I left
it.
the club at 12:20. It was that boring. It was like there's so many people and everyone's drunk and sweaty and like all trying to dance but they can't dance. I swear on my life, I saw one guy fall on the floor in the same place 4 times consecutively.
It's a
He
move.
gets up once, and then the bouncer, no, he gets up and he falls, and then his drunk friend comes over, and they pick him up, and then they slip on beer, and then they fall again, and then they try to get up, and then they fall again. And then I swear the last time, the fourth time, this he's like, hey, you guys are being assholes. The bouncer tries to pick them up, and then they pull the bouncer down, and the bouncer falls.
The bouncer.
There's nothing funnier than seeing a jacked gym dude just like, oh shit. And then he falls. Oh my god.
I don't know, man.
And
It sounds like the best experience of my life if I was there.
and we're like, no, because like you're surrounded by these people. And yeah, I also remember having to pay 500 rupees for a pack of cigarettes. And oh my god, that was the worst experience of my life. What's the worst thing is because
You know how much
my
they
we
cost.
family business. Sorry.
You know how much they cost.
Yeah, no, no, no. That's not even the worst part. It's 300 bucks is the MRP. I mean, back then, 300 bucks was the MRP. The worst thing is they bought it from my business, and I sold it to Slade that night, and then I bought it again. So like, and the worst thing is that they had if you had an
Profit.
open packet of cigarettes to bring inside the club, and they'll check your cigarettes, and if it's an open packet, then they just confiscate it. They're like, you can't have an open packet. Only if it's a sealed packet will we let you bring it inside the club. If it's an open packet, we can't let you bring it in. Which is like
Because money.
stupid.
Money.
Yeah, because I feel like that. Because like, how are you gonna be like? First of all, no one knows that. So 90% of the packets that are like being brought in are open because everyone has who has a sealed packet of cigarettes and like, oh, I'm gonna take this to Slate. No. And so yeah, I mean the
It's just a
bouncer guy,
cash
I was
grab.
talking to him for like, 5, 10 minutes. I was like, dude, there's still 15 cigarettes in my packet. I've only smoked 5. Come on. Like, you can't take away 50. And then he opens the drawer and he shows me there's like 20, 30, maybe 50 packets of open cigarettes. And he's just like, yep, this is where we confiscate them. And he takes in my box and he throws it in there.
You
I was
think we
like,
just
shit.
take the open boxes and fill them up with the balance, and then they sell it for 300 bucks.
No, you can't. No, because it's sealed, right? But whatever. I don't know what they did with the rest of the cigarettes that they had. I feel like they had. I feel like they would have given it to their staff because a
It
lot of
is,
the staff was smoking. Because when you, it was the craziest thing is when you put a cigarette in your mouth, there's always a staff. There's like a person. If you're standing near a staff and you put a cigarette in your mouth, there's a lighter that just comes. It's not even your lighter, it's just a lighter, and you're like, oh, thanks. Like, so that
yeah,
was cool. That was like the coolest thing that
This
happened that
this is
night.
what royalty
It's
feels like.
dude.
Fun to slate.
But no, we got the tickets for free. I mean, yeah, whatever. I don't know if I want to put that up on the internet. Okay. Wait, okay, no,
eh,
go ahead.
something
Let's.
like that.
What are we talking about next?
It's just you. Okay.
A couple of my friends were like, "What are you gonna talk about next?" And they gave us a couple of good stuff. They wanted to hear us talk about Kanye, but then
Yeah,
there's a, I I really don't know yet. Like, well, when
we could.
maybe some other time. But a lot of other people wanted us to talk about cancel culture.
Oh, Indian. No, Indian stuff. Remember that?
Oh yeah, we were talking about that the other day.
Uh,
Yeah, somebody
a lot
wanted
of
us,
people wanted us to talk about Indian topics and Indian
stuff that's
spicy stuff.
happening right here
Then
in our
Yeah.
country. But like,
we like to keep our heads.
we'll make our explanation as short as possible, I think.
Yeah,
We
go for
don't
it.
want to get political
Yeah.
because that's just
No, 'cause
asking
it's
for
like
trouble.
literally anything you say nowadays, it gets political. And then, yeah,
Even this
there's, I
could get
mean,
political.
exactly. Even, I mean, I feel like this, yeah, even what we're saying right now could get political. But like, if you're bringing up
Not easy.
anything in India, it always gets political. Now, for example, if we're talking about Kanye West in America, in my homeland, no, I'm kidding. It's not my homeland. If we're talking about Kanye West, even talking about Kanye West, that's not political. It's not considered political, and he's running for president. Even that's not considered political, to be honest. That's how great America is, or probably that's how
That's
fucked
how,
up America
yeah,
is.
that's I was just about to
Stuff.
say.
He's
But
glorifying
yeah,
America
I mean, I
like
feel
that.
like we don't want to like put out our very opinionated shit. I mean, opinionated opinions. We don't want to put out our very stupid or controversial opinions out there for the public to see and then to mistake it as being political. We just stand for like love and peace for everyone. Yay, amazing. But I mean that's all it's gonna make a
Fair enough,
That's
difference,
not
right?
fine,
far.
but I do want to say that just because we don't want to get political doesn't mean we are trying to endorse, hey, don't be political or it's okay to be
Exactly.
apolitical. Not at all. Uh, it's very important to take your stance on things, and I'm sure all of us here have our stances on things. It's just that that's not what this podcast was made for. It was made because of three guys who just wanted to chill and talk about stuff. And when that gets turned into a platform for something else, it's not what we wanted to do when we made this podcast. It's as simple as that. It's not what we want to do. We just want to have a fun time. And we are by
Purpose,
no means saying that just because we are not political on the podcast doesn't mean we are, apolitical outside of it. And we don't, you get it, right? That's not what this podcast is for. So, yeah, with that out of the way, you remember the last episode when we were talking about how we should cancel Jada?
yeah.
Yes,
Afan, you said that, la? And I was
I
like,
did.
no, no, we shouldn't.
No, because yeah, let's talk about it, guys. Cancel culture. Okay, there's a lot of people wanted us to talk about this. Rishabh, thoughts?
So cancel culture, right? Simply put, it's a process. Okay, I'm very too definitive. It's simply canceling someone's career because of their opinions and the dumb shit they did. And I think that is okay. That is something that they deserve because people need to be responsible for what they say and what they do, right? And just because someone is some big shot, they say dumb shit and they have like a good job, say a director, something, and they post dumb shit. They're occupying someone else's chance. I think they should get taken down and someone who's more talented should come up. Cancel culture is okay when it's actually shitting on people who do dumb shit, but when it comes to is randomly taking down people for just because some people think they have a different opinion. Yeah, that is wrong.
Okay, so you're trying to say
Fair
that,
enough.
yeah, so like,
Steve?
so you're trying to say that, people have to be held accountable for their actions, and if they mess up, then, there should be some consequence for it.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
yeah, absolutely. Um, but what would you say when it's about something that they did like years ago and they're getting canceled for it now? Like people are digging up old stuff, and because of that,
James Bond.
they're under heat, in PR
Just to
wise,
take
and
them down.
yeah. So that I feel like that's not okay because like people are always capable of change, and they're capable of being better than they were. So while I agree that you have to be responsible for your actions and we can't just let problematic behavior slide, I don't think that canceling is the best way to go about it. Like, starting a Twitter thread and, exposing them completely and asking for them to be fired from their job. Um, sure, you do have to like have some repercussion for like their problematic behavior, but there are so many instances where, it's like you don't even know if they deserve it at that point, like if they actually did the things that they're being accused of. My issue with cancel culture is not that people are per se losing their jobs or something. While that is bad, you know, uh, in some cases, it's the fact that social media gets to be the whole judge, jury, and executioner. They decide what's okay and what's not, and they pass judgment, and they ruin a man's life. They take away everything he had. Like take for example the whole James Gunn thing.
Who?
The James Gunn. So yeah, oh
James
yeah,
Gunn,
he
Guardians of the
directed
Galaxy.
the Guardians of the Galaxy movies. So he
Oh
directed
yeah,
both of
yeah,
them.
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
Pretty good director. I like the movies. The first one more than the second, but that's not the point. The point is he said some very problematic stuff on Twitter. I think he made a lot of very dark,
A lot of years ago,
yeah, a lot of
2012, if I'm not
controversial
wrong.
jokes. I'm not sure when. I think it was, yeah, 2012, I think. And he lost his job directing Guardians of the Galaxy 3. But this was something he
Yes,
did
that
6 years ago and that he had apologized for. And we need to have, in this case, why are we making a man lose his job? It was 6 years ago. And if you can see that he's grown enough as a person to like not have those views anymore, why is he losing his job? He had, but he got it back. But the point was that he lost it in the
he got a
first
lot
place.
back,
Yeah,
actually.
yeah. The thing is, he got
Yeah.
fired, and then DC came to him and they were like, "Hey, we know you're not working for Marvel anymore, so come direct Suicide Squad for us." And he was like, "Yeah, okay. I need a job anyway. I need money." So he went and did that. And then Marvel came and they offered him his old job back, and they were like, "We want you to direct Guardians of the Galaxy 3." So out of the whole thing, he ended up winning. He got an extra movie out of it. So in his situation, it worked pretty well, but that was in the long run. In the short term, when he was being cancelled in the public eye, it must have been very stressful for him, you know, to be
And
uh,
he even made a public apology, if I'm not wrong, right?
yeah, he did. So I think it's all about like accepting the fact that people can change, and we shouldn't, uh, you know, be judge, jury, and executioner on our own. Like social media doesn't have the right to do that. You can point out problematic stuff, you can bring it to people's attention, but when you bring a whole mob of people to go and unfollow some YouTuber or send emails to a YouTuber sponsor and tell them, hey, this man is wrong, you shouldn't be paying him, you shouldn't be sponsoring him, you're affecting that man's livelihood directly. You are directly responsible for affecting that man's livelihood. This happened with uh, these two YouTube channels, H3H3 and Keemstar. I think you guys might know
Yeah,
Keem.
but
Yeah,
you see, okay, let me stop you right there, Steve. First of all, okay, according to dictionary.com, cancel culture refers to the popular practice of withdrawing support for or canceling public figures and companies after they have done or said something considered objectionable or offensive. It's generally discussed as being performed on social media in the form of group shaming. When's the last time, I'm just asking one question, when's the last time cancel culture actually worked? Who can you say that was a public figure that actually got like boom cancelled, like out,
Like
and then
wiped
you
off the
never heard
face of
from
the
him
earth.
again?
I don't know
Exactly,
if they
like
were
you never heard.
if they were properly cancelled, we probably don't even remember them.
You won't know them actually.
You
Yeah.
wouldn't know who they are.
So
Like
I can say
they've
one
lost
person
their
though.
like
Johnny Depp. Right?
what? Sorry.
Okay,
I
but
think
there are
Johnny
some
Depp.
people.
Oh yeah,
Johnny Depp,
Johnny
but
Depp.
we
Yeah, he
still
was
know who
cancelled.
Johnny
And,
Depp is.
No, we know who
yeah,
he is, but he's not getting
he
good
lost
movies. He
all his
lost
work.
his yeah. He like Rishabh said, he lost a
Pirates of the
role
Caribbean,
as
right?
he lost Pirates of the Caribbean. He can't play Jack Sparrow anymore because of this whole thing. Disney sort of fired him. That's crazy. The man made them millions,
Millions.
billions maybe. Billions is an exaggeration, but he made them a lot of money. Actually, maybe he did. But he made them a lot of money, and Disney just fired him over what we now know as mostly
That's
false accusations.
yeah,
Okay,
but
so
then
he has
Look at the
no, I mean
movies
he
he's
was
been
in a
getting.
movie
His movies have not
2020.
been doing well, and his movies have not been getting enough attention. It's like he's not the same Johnny Depp that he was. He was like a pretty big deal a while ago, and he's just not
Okay,
that
yeah, but
anymore.
he's still, I mean, like he's still getting movies,
yeah,
right?
he's.
Isn't that
I
what we're
think he's
looking
kind
at?
of a more
Canceling something.
Pirates of the Caribbean movie. But then his accusations have turned around and it's been turned towards Amber Heard, if I'm not wrong. Right? So she lost her part in what is it, Aquaman 2.
Aquaman 2, yeah, she got fired too. So it works both ways, and I'm glad about that at least, you know.
But yeah,
And
like Afan was saying, I think these are the only two cases that have come around to some area of being cancelled. Other than that, I
because yeah,
think
I mean, when you think about like other what I could people I can think about is like James Charles, but he seems to be
Yeah,
doing
but
fine.
he's still there, dude. I mean, he's okay. First of all, he's like he's still there. Like, okay, yeah, he's been canceled before. I understand, but now he's doing better than he ever was. And then there's Logan Paul. He filmed a dead body in the Japanese
Yeah.
suicide forest. But now he's like he's doing way better than he ever has, and I feel like he has matured as a person from that. Can't say the same about his brother Jake Paul, but I'm saying that
it's
guy
lost.
that Logan Paul is not no more that like that privileged white kid that goes and does whatever the hell he wants anymore. It's like he's chill now. He's good. Yeah, he's not like the perfect example of a human being, but he's to an extent he's okay.
Improvement is improvement. But
He's improved. Exactly. He's improved. He's like, he's been for the Black Lives Matter. He went and protested for Black Lives Matter, and there was a clip of him talking on his podcast, which is by the way doing very well. His podcast. It was a clip about him talking
He shouted
about
out
Black Lives
his
Matter, and
podcast.
that.
what did you
Sorry.
say
Yeah,
there?
go ahead, go ahead.
No, yeah, I mean, yeah, his podcast is doing amazing. It's like one of the best. It's I think it's on the top, one of the on the top of Spotify podcasts.
What's it called?
So there was a clip that went viral about him talking about Black Lives Matter, and so that's good for
No,
him. I
but
mean, I feel like he's
what's the podcast called?
oh, it's called Impulsive.
Impulsive. Impulsive.
Impulsive. Ah, very nice.
Yeah,
Very
Paul. Yeah, you get it.
PG.
But it's not as good as Stupinionated. That's like the
Right,
Opinionated.
best.
obviously. I mean, we should get Logan Paul to like guest on Stupinionated.
For real, bro. No, but like, I when I made up that name, I was like, okay, there's no way that this name is not already taken because it's such a nice name.
Yeah,
I
but
came up
then
with
we
the
have
name and I
this.
just put it out there. I was like, yeah, and then we got the Instagram handle just like that. It was open. Like no one's thought about this before. And so I feel amazing now. But whatever. So
We
yeah,
have
I feel
YouTube, we
like
have Instagram.
that's my stance on it. Cancel culture doesn't really work because Johnny Depp's still making movies, Logan Paul's still getting money, he still has a lot of subscribers, he's still making YouTube videos, he's still doing all that stuff. Yes, he was at a point in his life where he felt like everyone was against him, and he was at a point in his life where he did face a lot of hate, a lot of death threats or whatever happened that made him a better person. But at that moment, I feel like everyone was trying to cancel him canceling means like withdrawing support completely. Isn't that what canceling means? Or am
Yep.
I mistaken? Like,
No, yeah,
yeah, he
it
might have
basically it's
lost
like
a couple million followers, but
mass
he made all of
unfollowing.
that back.
Yeah, it's like like unfollowing them in large numbers, disliking their videos. It went so far as recently they went and contacted certain YouTubers and made their sponsors withdraw support. So
Like revoke
they
the.
lost their sponsors because a bunch of people emailed them the sponsors directly saying we don't support this YouTuber and you're sponsoring them and we need you to like remove support from them. And the thing is, these big companies that sponsor them aren't going to go and do an investigation and see if this person actually did those things or if they actually deserve to, have their sponsorship revoked. Because all they care about at the end is their brand and their brand image. And if they get a bunch of emails saying you're associated with a YouTuber we don't like, then that's enough reason for them to just cut them off. It's not going to affect them, but it's going to affect the YouTuber a lot because it's their livelihood. And as content creators, uh, that's a huge problem when like anybody could just decide to bring a bunch of people together. If they don't like a YouTuber, they can just go contact their sponsors and get him canceled. They can make him lose his livelihood, and that's a huge problem. But I do want to think this is a different type of canceling. This is not the cancel culture that I want to address, but I'm talking more when you see these people being exposed and things like that uh, on Twitter and
Yeah.
all. I always wondered why do they do this? Because to me, it always feels like the solution isn't to target the individual, but rather to like figure out why behavior like this is acceptable. How do they get so far when when they had these clear issues? Like, so it's more about
Yeah,
targeting.
exactly. If that happened a long time ago, why are you bringing it up now? First of all, it's not accepted, and that's why they're canceling them. So you it kind of comes back to that. But I mean, guys,
Yeah,
give us
but
your opinion.
they did, like these people, how do I put it? They got to the point they were without having any trouble along the way, right?
Yeah.
They became as big as they were, even though they did a lot of things like this. And that means there's something inherently wrong with the system that allows such problematic behavior to just slide through easy. So I think that's where people need to be thinking about. They should be thinking about why problematic behavior like this is acceptable in the first place. I feel like a lot of people, when it comes to cancel culture, maybe the reason they're resorting to targeting individuals is maybe they've tried a lot of other things. Maybe they've tried raising awareness over these social issues. Maybe they've tried, filing petitions and things like that. And it just never worked. It never got them anywhere. And the only thing that seems to work is sensationalism and, headlines and negative press and, you know, all this drama. Maybe that's the only thing that makes people pay attention to these problems. And that's why cancel culture is the only thing that seems to be prevalent. That seems to be the major form of social justice is canceling because it's the only thing that gets attention. Like, what are you going to pay attention to? Uh, Somebody who writes a long thread about problematic misogynistic behavior, or somebody who puts a story exposing some huge celebrity who had problematic misogynistic behavior. You see what I'm
Yeah,
trying to
so I
say?
guess it depends on what catches the eye. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
that too.
And I think
But
that ultimately lies on us to start paying attention to the right things. But that's just me.
yeah, so guys, let us know what you think about cancel culture and about what else did we talk about? Jesus, it's been a while.
Their accent.
About fake
Oh, it's been a long
accents,
episode.
about going
Real
clubbing
talent.
and spending crazy amounts of money for basically nothing, just sitting there. And what do you think about
Watching people
sweaty
throw up.
drunk people? What do you think about drunk people falling? And what do you think about yeah, I feel like that's it. Guys, stay tuned for the next episode. And a lot of people wanted to talk about Steve's Tinder experiences, but he hasn't let us talk about that. So,
Have
Nope,
a good,
everyone, please
have a
spam
good
him
one.
on Instagram and convince him to let us talk about his Tinder experiences on the next episode
not gonna
of
happen.
Stupinionated, guys. And yeah, I feel like we can sign off now. Is that it? Do we have like an
Yeah,
outro, or
guys, I
do we
mean,
have?
That's it.
there's no outro. If you guys
There
liked
is
what you
no.
saw, be sure to like the video on YouTube, follow the page, subscribe to our YouTube, follow us on Spotify, do all the things because that's how we know that you're interested in this and you want to see more. Uh, that's what
And
keeps us going.
any comment
It's the clout.
or
It's
any
the clout
feedback,
that keeps us going. Yeah, Rishabh, you were saying?
yeah, any feedbacks, just hit us up on Instagram or comment on the video.
Yeah, guys, hit up Rishabh on Instagram. He's single too. So is Steve. But Steve has a bunch of Tinder matches, so you know, girls, it's a lot of
I think
it's
Bumble,
a
he's on both.
lot
He's
of
on both.
competition.
Not
You put
really.
his
He's on
ad.
Bumble too. So I mean, like, there's desperation and then there's being on Bumble. So yeah, there's
I
okay.
will
Anyway,
have you
guys,
know. You know what? I'm not gonna talk about this now.
That's it.
This has been a
guys,
long
see you on
episode.
the next episode next week. See you guys. Bye. Take care. Peace.